Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor shall ever be. And except those days should be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. I'd like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessing, and safety to all the hopeful elect out there, doing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. This is Brother Habadia from the GMS Toronto camp coming back at you with another one. And coming off of, the Pesach, that we held yesterday evening, the Lord is going to get ready to really judge this place. Severe judgment is going to go out throughout the four corners of the earth. Things are going to become more difficult. And today I was talking, today I was having a conversation with, a friend in the world. And she was telling me, how she don't even, she doesn't live far from work. And now she's telling me how she don't even, because of the price of gas, she don't drive to work. She just walks. And, that's because, this gas, the price of gas is really affecting people, and I'm pretty sure it's affecting, brothers as well, because of the price. And we don't see it's even slowing down. We don't see it getting any cheaper. Each day, I live right beside the gas station, and each day, I drive out, the price just keeps going up. And that's because, we're about to end, it's only, it only plays a small part in everything. But, like I made a video, like other brothers have made videos about, the energy lockdown, crisis that may happen. It just shows that the times that we're heading in, we're heading into a time of great tribulation. And the times that we're heading in is going to be a time like never before. Brothers feel it. Brothers really feel that, we most certainly are in the last days. And, things are going to only escalate. Things are only going to become harder to endure. And, people are gonna bug out. People are not gonna know what to do. Well, because we have the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yashai with us, we're not gonna bug out. And because the Lord is looking out for his elect, these last days, they're gonna speed up. Time's gonna speed up. And even one of the brothers was saying that yesterday, that he, and the other brothers were commenting on it too, saying that they feel like time is just really speeding up. And that's because of the days that we're living in. And things are only going to become harder. The squeeze is going to become tighter. And while the world bugs out, while the world struggles to 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 understand or make sense of what's going on, we know that this is all just prophecy. That the Lord spake of these things. So I'll read this again, Matthew 24:21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor shall ever be, and except those days shall be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days will be shortened. So it's only because of the elect why the times that are coming in are going to speed up. It is going to be hard. It is going to be difficult, but the Lord is going to speed up the time, for the elect's sake. So, Jake should get right. And this friend in the world, she's Jake. And that's the thing. People, the more the price of oil continues to rise, it is going to cause people to do things that they wouldn't normally do. You're going to see people are going to be parking their cars. People are going to have to decide whether it is to put gas in their car or to put food on the table. They're going to have to decide, can they pay that next bill? Or are they going to put food on the table? People are going to be faced with these decisions, because things are going to get difficult. And this is what Esau wants. Esau wants things to become difficult so that people can depend on him and depend on his system that he has ready to roll out. This is 2 Timothy 3:1 in the GNT. Remember that there will be difficult times in the last days. These are difficult times. Each day it becomes more difficult. Especially with the cost of living. Things ain't cheap. Remember that there will be difficult times in the last days. People will be selfish and greedy, boastful, and conceited. And people are going to definitely be getting more greedy as the value of their money, can't stretch like what it used to. They will be insulting, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, and irreligious. They will be unkind, merciless, slanderous, violent, and fierce. They will hate the good. They will be treacherous, reckless, swollen with pride. They will love pleasure rather than the Most High. They will hold to an outward form of our religion, but reject the real power. This is the thing. Our people know about the people know about this truth. The people know about Yahweh Shai, but they reject it. They continue to live on with their life. But as things become more difficult, then people are going to want to take heed to what the prophets of Yahweh Shem Shai have been saying, because these things are coming to pass. These lockdowns, these checkpoints along the city, the economy going down, a financial crash. All these are going to play into civil war, and cause people to do the unthinkable. But you know, us of the hopeful elect, we have Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's where all our trust, hope, and faith lies in, is Him. You know, He's the only escape plan. You know, everyone sees these prices of things going up, and they don't know what they're gonna do. They don't know how they're gonna get. They don't know how they're gonna see through. You know, but we do, because we have this truth, we have the faith that the Lord will get us through it. Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and is safe. That's what we do. In these very difficult times, in these very perilous times, you know, we run towards Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And we believe and trust that He's going to keep us safe in these difficult times to come. You know, all we got to do is continue to do the work, seek Him, you know, be smart, you know, especially, you know, you got to be smart with your money, you know. You can't be out there splurging on nonsense, you know, because you understand, you know, things are going to become more difficult. You know, things are going to become more tighter. You know, but we believe and trust in our power that is going to get us through it. You know, when things are only going to escalate. Things are only going to get worse. You know, and to be honest, this is what we want, because you understand this is what has to happen in order for Yahweh Shai to return. Things are gonna have to get ugly out there. You know, but then you know, then it will show, you know, who am I chosen, because the elect are gonna stand firm in their belief. You know, and I pray that the Lord keeps that spirit on me, and to all the sincere brothers out there too, and sincere sisters, to keep pushing forward and to not give up as things become more difficult. So that's gonna do it for this, you know, this little quick hit. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace, blessing, and safety to all the hopeful elect out there. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, and until the next one,